Yeah, she recently kind of like had a retirement.
Yeah,
One of the
because she's like,
retirements.
and it's fair. Because I mean, like, if you feel like you being cheated out of your craft for so long, then like,
Yeah, you gonna step out. 1, 2, 3 into the four. Out of the Berg podcast. It's back, y'all. It's gonna be the last
Oh, that one was actually pretty creative. I wasn't expecting that.
last episode of the year. As you know, I was getting my snoop on, you know what I'm saying? But it's the last episode of the year, 2020, you know what I'm saying? A movie, literally. We're gonna be
yeah,
talking about this year with our grandkids one day. Just sit them down and be like, the year 2020. Woo,
it'll
woo.
be in history books.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like one cool thing people aren't taking away from this. Like this is actually going to be like textbooks that our children and maybe even our grandchildren are going to like read.
dude, they'll throw this in a book 15 years from now. Like, that's pretty quick. I was just sitting here thinking, like, when you mentioned that, I immediately thought of, the year without a summer during George Washington's time when I forget which volcano blew up down in
Was it Helen?
down in Borneo. No, that was in the 80s, my dude. I said George Washington's time.
George Washington, yeah, he's talking 1700s. He's
I
talking.
was just thinking of a volcano.
No, you're fine. Well, anyway, that huge volcano blew up in the summer, and it blocked out the sky for a good 4 months, almost to a year.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a bunch of books about it, and it's George Washington wrote a letter saying it was a year without a summer, and I was like, that's kind of relatable now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we'll get into COVID and the impact, but I always say, like, I was talking to a homie Jimmy yesterday. I was just telling him, like, this is kind of like the Spanish flu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Back in the early 1900s, and people don't know, like, 50 million people died worldwide. That's how big it was for 2 years, bro.
Yeah, it actually lasted up until 1918 for certain places. So
I mean, 2020 has been, like we said, a movie, but what started this whole movie, or what's the main protagonist in this movie, is COVID-19. And its impact, it's been, because I'll be real with you, when I first heard of it, I think it was last year, because they said China was shut down because they had a disease. But I didn't read much into it. I'm like, okay. We've had the bird flu, we've had the Ebola, we've had all these other things, and it goes away. And then, like, we was at work, we had, like, this is my old job. We had this big meeting with, like, the big bosses and everything. And they said, like, we had to delay the meeting because they had to quarantine because they were in, like, a certain airplane.
Mm-hmm.
There were certain people that had caught it at that time. It was around February.
Yeah.
And they said they had to quarantine for a while before they came into the office. And then, boom, it just hit right after that, it just hit the States.
Yeah.
It just hit the States, and then it was just like, okay, it's just some little disease, and then a little illness, and then just went crazy from that.
A lot of people.
You might remember it was March 17th when Maryland like officially like everywhere was shut down. March 17th. Yeah,
a lot of people downplay the severity of this, and it's because we just didn't have the infrastructure at the time. I mean, you saw how hard it was for us to produce something as easy as a syringe. So, yeah, I mean, it's just our minds weren't, worried about that. I think that
exactly.
Because we as Americans, we take a lot of things like for granted, and like even myself included, like I always like try to like think of like this is potentially could travel over here. Like even when it's made its way to the States, but like when we first started hearing about cases, it was all on like the West Coast. Same thing with Ebola when that happened too. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Well, they'll probably like nip that in the bud, and then like they did Ebola, and like we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Cut to like 3 weeks later, and they're like basically shutting down the country.
Yep.
Yeah, we also have to remember our low response time was simply because where we're at now as far as an economy. Like most of our merchandise is in tech, are those specialized materials in healthcare and just these real high knowledge economy type bases. So when we are, when our country is so focused on, producing this stuff, it's not worried about, the common things that were traditionally, a big deal in the 50s and 60s, like coal and sugar, and wondering if you had enough fuel to warm up your house in the middle of the night in the 60s and stuff. So yeah, times have changed. Like, so I wouldn't take too hard on it, be too harsh on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Times have changed. I remember like when we were just shutting down, starting this because I had started my new job. Within a week, we shut down. I remember we were in the group chat and we were talking about how everything's been going crazy. And we're like comparing this to 9/11.
Yeah, I mean,
Hindsight, at the time, I was like, nah, this is not going to touch 9/11. I ain't going to hold you. This has passed 9/11 and then some.
Yeah, I
well,
think
that
in
was
this month alone we had a 9/11's worth of people pass away, I believe.
Yeah. I remember when I would look at my app, at first, when it first came, Alexandria had like 5 cases.
Yeah, I remember
Within
that too.
within 2 months, it hit 50,000.
yeah, I mean, but this is also not a one-time attack like we had in 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
Comparable.
Yeah. I mean, just like, because I'm just talking about in that beginning phase. I'm just thinking like, because you know how 9/11 was like a thing for a while. Like it was, even after it happened, the aftermath.
Yeah.
Huh?
Said
The
changed
after,
everything.
it
Yeah.
changed how we even go on planes and everything. So I'm like, this ain't gonna touch that. But now that to see how it's affected the world and to see all these cases and to see what's been happening with people, it's it's a life of it's something else, man. But there has been negatives, but I feel like even though we've had obviously the negatives, we've been able to sit at home and like do other things and figure out other things. So I was just gonna ask, like, what are some of the things it's done for you in a positive? I'm not saying the COVID person, but just staying at home, just being by yourself and just like focus on yourself. Like, how has that helped you, or if it has?
You want to go first, Chris?
Sure I can. Well,
Okay.
I feel like I have. Well, first off, just full clarity. I still live at home with my parents, and my siblings are home now from school. But I still have pretty decent amount of time by myself because can't like after a while we kind of got like tired of being around each other, so we just kind of like all spread to like different rooms and everything.
Yeah.
Just even more so than we already did probably, and so I feel like I just have a better clarity of mind and a renewed renewed patience, I guess you could say, if that makes
For
sense.
that, I feel that.
Definitely.
I feel that.
It's actually pretty good. You guys are even able to do that. Just looking into yourself and just like being able to decide, hey, well, I can work on this, and that versus like things that you could do, such as like drinking or just like playing video games all night, or
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds nice too, but
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it ain't
it's
bad.
like you're taking the time to improve yourself, which is good.
Yeah.
I mean but that's just how I am though naturally.
Yeah.
So,
I think for me, COVID, I made mistakes during this period financially. So I think it has taught me to like really sit down and look at what you're doing and be patient with like certain things. Cause like I was telling y'all off air, I took an L with this car loan. Took a huge L. So I'm learning, researching how to fix it. So now I learned like, okay, now financially, I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
COVID never happened. I probably might still be in that hole with the other cars.
Yeah.
So
You might not even realize how big of a like problem it was because you don't have the time to like sit down and look at it like you did.
Exactly, Chris. So now that I have time to sit down, I'm really on my finances and really on like even just self-care, like wanting to exercise. Like, dog, I want to be the next I want to be Morris Chestnut now. You know what I'm saying?
You about to say the next Black Morris Chestnut? I was about to say.
Oh yeah, I was just like, what the heck? And my mom was like, dog, you're dark skin already. Just say Morris Chestnut. Yeah, folks. I'm my brain, but I want to like focus. This has made us. Well, I can't speak for y'all, but for me, made me focus on myself. Like, okay, I got to get better with certain things because regularly we just like when we were working, we didn't really think about. We just work, come home, drive, and everything was routine.
Yeah.
Now everything's like, you know what I'm saying? So I would say that's the positive thing I've gotten from COVID, and talking to y'all through Zoom.
Oh yeah. Oh, and shout out to Fran and Michaela, the ones who made us start even like looking at each other while we were doing these Zooms.
Yeah, you know what? If they do watch this, no. If y'all hear this, it's not no shade at y'all or nothing. But if y'all are watching this, y'all did us a great favor because before we were just like talking through Discord, right, Chris?
Yeah, we're talking through Discord.
And those episodes aren't our best quality. Sorry if people.
Nah.
They were a nightmare if you actually looked at the tapes or just looked at them.
Yeah,
it's not like we like. Discord has a video part too, but it was just like when we decided to have guests, it was just more convenient to use Zoom, and so it was just, and we would just listen to each other's voices and kind of felt flat and wasn't fun anymore.
It was hard to play off each other too.
Yeah, exactly.
Very hard to play off each other.
And so, but after they were just like, well, if we're going to talk to each other, we might as well see each other.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, I can't refute that. So brought our liveliness back, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that was the first episode that I felt like we regained. Honestly, that Michaela Fran episode was the first episode I think we regained our like chemistry talking to each other.
Yeah.
That's why I felt like we gained that, and then everything else it just got better. But yeah, shout out to them for that though. Big shout out to them. But like I said, 2020 has been a movie. We have to hit some sad moments, but we lost legends. Kobe, Chadwick Boseman, Tiny Lister from Friday, Debo. Diego Maradona, but instead of just talking about how they they died and how it affected us, I just wanted us to focus on like their impact on us and how we're gonna like grow from it. Because I feel Kobe, for me, Kobe, he showed you like if you perfect your craft, you'll be the best at anything you do. Like if you just solely focus on your craft, nothing, you know what I'm saying? You could do anything. And no one can say anything about you. And that's what his legacy was to me. But that was just for Kobe. Well, what about y'all? Any of these legends?
Well, for me, I want to say for maybe Tiny Liston, I just feel like he was genuinely himself, no matter what. And I don't mean like he was actually like Debo, but I mean like off camera, like he was like somebody who was like generally like himself.
Yeah,
would like just make like relationships with people, and I don't know. I really appreciate that when it comes to like celebrities and stuff like that. Because even though like technically speaking, like Fridays was like a B movie, like a cult classic, huge, like most know it, and so just being a star off of that and several other movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I really appreciate him being like down to earth person.
Yeah, I mean, just to feed off what you said about Tiny, man, he was like, whenever he do a role as a bully, you believe it.
Played it, yeah.
You believe it, like
You walk up on you and be like,
a cool
"Where's
dude.
my bike?" And you're just like, I can't remember like the exact line.
what bike?
Yeah, and he's like, "What bike?" And I'm just like, I will walk away after that. Like, I don't want to get beat up first. A. And then B, it's just like a dude just gonna look you dead in the face and tell you I took something, and then it's just turned a certain amount of acting with that, a certain amount of skill that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was this on Friday, right? I don't know if anyone, people do catch it, but they were playing dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Smokey was like, "Give me my money." He's like, "What money? I lost." Like stuff like that. Just like he's such an intimidating guy. Like it's
yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of he has a certain amount of presence whenever he came on the screen. And even in what was it, Iron Grid, Grid something,
Gridiron Gang.
Yeah, Gridiron Gang.
Yeah.
You immediately recognize him. You know what he's gonna do, and it's just like really cool seeing that. If I were to speak a little bit, I think a lot of these people who were such iconic characters, I think their lasting impression would really be, for the next generation, for those people who see these like actors such as Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther over here.
Yep.
But we forget about all the other Black movies he's done, but he's most notable for this,
Yeah.
And just like there's so many people we could speak about, but it's just we have like it can inspire a generation of kids, and they can move on and see how they want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, just to go off of what you said about Chadwick, like I told you, like when that happened, like as you see. I got his poster. I got his poster over here, and I'm wearing the Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So, like when he passed, that hit me hard because I was like, he represented people like me, directly on camera, like African people, and he showed us in a positive light that kind of made us look cool. So, like, I'm always appreciative of that because, like I told you, growing up in school, if you wore a dashiki or like you talk like you're African, you were getting teased.
Right.
So for him to make that popular and make that cool again, I was like, yo, man, I salute you for life, man. That's, and then also like you said, he's done. He played James Brown, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thurgood Marshall too, I believe.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson, 47. That was him.
Yeah, Jackie, like this dude,
very iconic, like black roles.
Yes, super talented. So, his lasting effect will hit generations. I just love what he did for Africans and African Americans, man. Like he really held us down. So I'm always gonna be appreciative of him and his legacy. So
yeah, he's like the picture of like perseverance too, because he was basically, for as long as like we knew him, basically he was like suffering the whole time, and that's crazy.
Yeah. I remember during the interview, his family was telling us that he was telling the newscasters that he had cancer, and he was pushing through it since he first showed up in the I forget which Avengers movie it was. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he just kept that real quiet and kept it to himself,
Yeah. And he worked hard, but also, man, Diego Maradona passed. I think a month ago. I think I think it was like a month ago. But with Diego Maradona, when him like, I don't know, like I got to a point where it was like it just became I was numb. I just heard it and I was just numb, because I heard he had brain surgery and then like, oh, dang. Yeah. Going after the like, but like him too, like his like I know like y'all two aren't like too familiar with like the soccer, but like
I haven't heard his name.
I'm sorry. Football, is that what they call it elsewhere?
Football. Football, yeah, but he's like a super legend. He's like the Mike Tyson of soccer.
Okay.
I was gonna say the Magic, because he left that legacy behind, like Magic to Kobe.
That too, yeah, that too. But I compare him to Mike Tyson because he was super talented, but he was also crazy. He got into a lot of stuff back in the day. But like one thing about him, when he won the World Cup for Argentina, he had this. He was playing. They were playing against England, right? He scored a goal with his hand.
Yeah.
That's illegal, but he got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, he scored one of the greatest goals of all time. Basically, he had the ball from the middle of the field, and he dribbled all the way skillfully, and then scored one of the greatest goals ever. So that game right there tells you what his legacy is: controversial and super talented. So he was that guy. I mean, like Messi, like you said, the Magic to Kobe thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Messi was basically Maradona, like same thing. So he like his legacy is definitely he's up there. He's a top 5, top 10 greatest player of all time. So his impact and he will be missed. So yeah, dope guy. But I never got, I wanted to go back to Kobe real quick just to see what y'all would,
Oh yeah,
because I think that really kick-started.
Yeah,
honestly, that
of COVID,
Yeah, just a quick backstory. So when everything was normal, I drove out to Chris's house to record 2 episodes. One of them that came out.
And how many times you want to go through this story?
I want to give the. Should I?
No, go ahead. Cause like Avery, remember, like we deleted that last one when we talked.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I know I'm pretty sure like we mentioned this like 3 different times on the podcast, like 3 different episodes.
I mean, Chris, you want me to go? Because I was going to set up the backstory for you to talk, but if
I mean,
no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll go through it quick. So we did those episodes, and then I went up to Hagerstown, hung out with the family, watched Bad Boys. The next day, Kobe passed.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And it felt like, what I'm saying, ages ago. So that's what I was just gonna, let y'all know about. And then
it definitely does not feel like this year. It really doesn't.
No, it felt like ages ago. But yeah, it's crazy how we did that and then, how everything happened. But I was gonna let you speak on, Kobe and how you kind of, because like I think I text you that day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, everybody knows like I'm a big Lakers fan. My whole household is, and so, and I probably talked about this before too. But I want to say Jermichael, Michaela, Fran, Ashley, Rodrigo, probably a few others. You guys, all texted me like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because I mean, like we were. At that time, we were getting ready to take my little brother like that, like literally like about to walk out the door, getting ready to take my little brother back to school.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a lie at first because like it's Kobe Bryant. There's no way he died. He's an immortal to me. He just the regular things don't apply to celebrities.
Regular things.
Yep.
But and they were like, no, he died, and like I opened up my phone and I saw like 3 notifications from like one of my news apps saying like Kobe Bryant has passed away in helicopter crash, and then icing on the cake. By the time I think we got to my brother's school, I learned that his daughter was in there with him, and that just like it hurt me when I learned that Kobe died, but it crushed me when I learned like his daughter was in there with him.
Yeah.
So young, and like full of life and stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing.
I was just gonna say, not to like take away from like any of the other people that died in there, because like they died on like before their time as well. But like, it's just when you know somebody who died, it affects you a lot more than when you don't. If that makes sense. And granted, I don't actually know Kobe Bryant in person, and probably never would have even if he was still alive today.
Yeah,
it's just that household name. You grew up with him. You grew up watching him. He like when just growing up, even everybody when they would throw their trash away, it'd be Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe.
He was ingrained into our lives.
Yeah,
he was in just everyday life. It was something simple, something just throwing away trash.
Yeah,
And I don't know. It was a whole I didn't cry. I didn't feel like super bummed out or anything. I was just like, I guess empty, you know?
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I mean, like you said, he was ingrained in our lives, and like I said earlier, like he made sure he was at the best at his craft, and if you were not willing to do it yourself, he never respected you, and that's why I respected Kobe so much. Like he did not take laziness for anything. So I always say Kobe will always be my top 5, top 3 basketball player ever. Like he will never touch Michael Jordan to me personally, but I have my bias. I have my biases, but yeah, he definitely a legend. We love Kobe. You know what I'm saying? He'll definitely transcend the next generations.
Of course.
Facts. Like,
of course.
Forever. But, 2020, man. Since we're on Kobe, we're talking about Kobe. Let's go to the sports for 2020. Shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers, man. They did it for Kobe. LeBron won the championship. Sean and Chris are over here, Laker fans. As you see what I'm wearing.
Well, your brother's a wise man. Now, unfortunately, I can't say the same thing. He chose a winning team and you didn't. It is what it is.
So, for those who cannot see us, Peter is wearing a Bulls beanie, and he's repping it, even though they haven't won a season in how many years?
You know what, Avery?
That was a dig, yes.
Don't pull a Javon over here, okay?
I'm just saying I don't watch basketball, so I mean I'll come out.
I'm gonna say we suck. My football team is actually doing great right now.
Surprisingly so.
Surprisingly, the defense.
What they call themselves now?
Washington Football. We don't have a name.
We don't have a name. That's right. We don't have a name.
Yeah, we don't have a name. But the Washington Football Club is doing good right now. I'm gonna be positive about them. But the Bulls, we're just a young work in progress. But back to the sports. But I would say the Lakers. They did their thing. They were supposed to. They were supposed to win it this year. I never was on the Clipper bandwagon like everybody was.
Which I appreciate.
Because I like Paul. Like, no disrespect to Paul George, a great player, but he's never proven to me that he could really do his thing in the playoffs. Like,
literally, and it's like
he's been bad.
Yeah, like same. It was the same thing with what you say, Avery?
Somebody's not gonna like that.
No.
I mean,
it's facts though.
It's true. It's the truth. I'm not.
He's never performed well when he was in the playoffs, even when he was like the captain of his own team.
Really?
In
Indiana, he did all right, but like after that,
but I mean, like, but who else were they going to? Because he was the guy.
They just ran into
Roy Hibbert was good for like 2 years.
Oh, Roy. I forgot about that guy.
For 3 years.
Yeah,
not very long, but you see what I'm saying, right? Like, when you're the only option, if you don't look good, then you're probably not. He's a talented player, but maybe he doesn't have the fortitude for playoffs. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, apart from the Lakers win the championship, you had guys like Luka, kind of like take the game by storm. Trae Young, Ja Morant, a lot of young talent coming. Zion Williamson. So I mean, the future's bright, man. I ain't gonna hold you. When LeBron leaves, we still got a lot of entertainment with us, man. So yeah. Also football. Patrick Mahomes.
Monster.
We won the Super Bowl early this year. So I was with you, Chris, to watch that.
Yep.
I remember. We watched the Super Bowls with Rod and his homie, I think David.
I think so.
Yeah, his homie David. So we watched the Super Bowl. It was good. Yeah, I was in January.
Yeah.
Of this year?
Yeah, actually February, early February, I think.
Oh, okay.
January.
That was just
Yeah. So we watched the Super Bowl. It was a good game. But right now, man, Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers are just in a league tier of their own.
Clearly. Clearly
so. Tier of their own. So, I mean, I don't know who's going to win it, but I mean, who you think will win it, Chris? If I just had to ask.
I really, I mean, you know, of course, I always want to say my Steelers, but like we're just out of it right now. Like to be like keeping us that like we haven't like a playoff team this whole time.
Oh, I never bragged to y'all, but we gave y'all first L.
Yeah, you did. But I mean, like we were down like a few people from COVID, so I'm gonna chalk it up to that.
Okay. You lost to the team. You lost to the team with no name because of COVID. All right.
Yeah. But I mean, we didn't get washed like Cowboys did. Y'all dog walk them.
Shout out to the Cowgirls, Cowboys.
Wow. Okay.
No, I'm just the Cowboys, man. They're interesting team, man.
Yeah, but if I were to place my money on them, I don't know if I could pull away from Mahomes, being real.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna lean with you. I'm a big fan of I'm an Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but if it came down between like putting your money on one or the other though.
Well, player or are you talking this player or teams?
Team.
Yeah, team. Yeah, I have to go with the Chiefs because the Packers don't have.
They don't have the same utility or the same weapon.
Nah.
It makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
Like quarterback can make a player, but
yeah,
but they can't make they can't make them all the time. They can't make them catch.
Nah, that's exactly, Chris. But I'm gonna probably lean with the Chiefs just to play it safe because Mahomes has got Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. He got.
You a good quarterback with weapons? Like come on.
Weapons and your defense is good?
And your defense is great.
How you gonna lose? I don't get I love Aaron. I'm a fan of Aaron Rodgers, but he ain't beating that. All they have to do is lock in on Devontae Adams, and they're gonna make it hard for him. Simple. But yeah, that's for sports this year. Nothing. I mean, Rudy Gobert, you're in the bozo category. You are very foolish, very foolish to start off to call COVID. Very foolish, but you learned your lesson. That's the good thing. You learned your lesson. But going back to music, as y'all know, I did my top 10 list, top 10 rap albums. I was actually talking to Chris while I was doing this, just to get his feedback on what albums he liked and just to re-listen to certain albums. So my list, I'm gonna start from 10. Well, I'm gonna just go through some honorable mentions, like Savage Mode 2 with 21 Savage, New Beginnings or Reason, Lil Baby My Turn, another good album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, Pop Smoke, rest in peace. Jadakiss, Ignatius. Those are my. Yeah, that's a good album. That came out early this year. That came out right before COVID. What else? Also, another, I didn't put it on the list, but I honorable mention Logic's album. Pretty decent, body of work. But starting from 10, Detroit 2 by Big Sean. I like that. Number 9, The Allegory, Royce the 5'9".
Love that album.
Another great album. 8, Pray for Paris, West Side Gun.
Another banger.
Amen. 7, Black Habits, D Smoke.
Yeah, I told y'all earlier this year.
Another like Chris, you put me on the D Smoke. Another one. 6, From a King to a God, Conway the Machine. Another Griselda guy. 5, Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs has been. I ain't even gonna get into that. Freddie Gibbs has been that dude for a minute now.
Yeah, he been in his bag, man.
Yeah. Spilligion by Jid, Earth Gang, and Spillage Village. This album.
Love that album.
Man, musically is something different.
Yeah. Number
3, Run the Jewels 4 by Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
This was my number 1 album before the other 2 came out.
Mm-hmm. we talked about it on here before too, right?
Yeah, Run the Jewels 4. Killer Mike. LP. Number 2, Burden of Proof by Benny the Butcher. This right here, for anybody that knows me, this album is like Hit Boy is the producer of the year.
Yeah.
He made if you know back in the day Rockefeller, it sounded like a Rockefeller album by Benny the Butcher. And then number 1, King's Disease by Nas. I ain't even gotta say nothing. If you heard that album, you know what it is. So that's my top 10 list.
My only well, not my only. There's a couple, but the one that's the biggest surprise to me is No J Electronica.
Let's have that discussion now. When we talked about J Electronica earlier this year, right? I heard the album, thought it was good. When me and you were talking, you felt like you were disappointed, right?
Yeah,
disappointed, right? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna give. I was more like, let me give it a chance. Like, let me give it a chance. I don't want to say I'm disappointed yet, but after 3 or 4 or 5 listening to it, I feel like Jay Electronica, lyrically, he's not as sharp as he was when he first came out. 2, he's not confident. And 3, it's a Jay-Z and a Jay Electronica album. It's not a Jay Electronica album.
The biggest disappointment of it was like it felt like Jay-Z carried him on his own album.
Thank you. That's I don't necessarily agree with that, but
that's what people felt to me though.
To be fair, I think Jay-Z will carry a lot of people on their own stuff, but
yeah.
But Jay-Z wasn't even tagged in it though. It was supposed to be a Jay Electronica project
album. Yeah. And that's my biggest gripe, because when you get an artist that's already Jay Electronica is not established yet. When you get an artist that's Jay-Z on your album like that, people are gonna focus on Jay-Z because he's established. They're gonna look at you like the second wheel.
Yeah. That, and it just like what you said, like with the confidence, maybe that was it, because it just felt like when the difference between when Jay was on versus when Jay Electronica was on versus when Jay-Z was on.
Yeah,
it just felt like a difference in energy. That makes sense.
Definitely, you felt like Jay felt like he thought, I've been doing this, but Jay Electronica, it felt like he still was holding back. I don't know why.
Like, don't get me wrong, like it was cool, but waiting for so long for it, just like we were talking about this last episode with how people were waiting for like 2077 Cyberpunk 2077, it was like a long time coming, and then just to like be what it is, just like
flatlined, when you die, it's called you get flatlined.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Anyway, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. That was perfect. But it's just I don't know.
Yeah,
it was just a lot of waiting for just
this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, cause Exhibit A and C, bro, that is like some of the best rapping I've ever heard, bro. And it's for you to like not give us something like that on your first album. That's why I didn't put him on the list, even as an honorable mention, because I was disappointed.
Yeah, but, I mean, I know I wasn't gonna put if I were to make one, he wasn't gonna be on mine. But I remember like you were like really, you and your Mike were really hyped about it. So we
were really hyped.
That he was gonna be on there for you.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought about it, but I was like, nah, there's better albums this year.
Nah.
For real. But any other gripes or recommendations or anything?
Nah, not that I can think of.
Yeah. No, you're straight.
Not on top.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like Busta Rhymes album, T.I. album. Other guys that I felt they made cool albums, but it's like, like I've heard better.
Yeah.
So I'm just not gonna. I mean, I'll listen to some joints off of it occasionally, but
I still haven't listened to that Lupe one. I haven't heard the new Lupe yet.
Yeah, Lupe, I love. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Lupe, but he been on some other type of rap. He been on some other stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I still want to hear like the new project though.
But yeah, I feel you on that.
I've heard like either people really like it or they just don't.
Yeah, I've heard it's like really introspective.
Yeah.
and you gotta like really. He's talking about stuff that's like really introspective. And if you're not,
which makes sense because if you're not really like into like listening to like what people are saying, then I guess you probably wouldn't like that.
Yeah, you clock out, and I have my limits. I have my limits. But another album that I didn't put on was Papoose album too, which was I liked. I liked that album, but it just didn't make it. But I mean, yeah, that's what that was. Did y'all have any albums that y'all or music that y'all was rocking with this year?
New music?
Yeah.
Nothing really. You named most of the albums that I really liked already.
Okay.
Maybe mine is like one or two that I just can't think of right now.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, other than that, I listened to like a lot of like R&B and stuff, but I don't think it was anything new.
Okay, like old school R&B. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, for me,
or you know what, I did listen to a good bit of new stuff too, like on Suave's list, like the what was his number one? It was
Brent
Brent something.
Yeah,
that was a R&B album, I believe, and I listened to that like top of the year, and that was pretty good.
Fayaz.
I felt like felt like a new but not new type of R&B, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like a neo soul kind of. I forget what they call it.
It wasn't neo soul. I don't believe
it's kind of it's the melodic, kind of like hip hop melodic vibe, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it just felt different, and I appreciated that.
Yeah. For me, apart from rap, I've listened to a lot of R&B this year. I ain't gonna hold you. Usher was on the top of the list.
Of course.
Well, a lot of he had a great record this year called Bad Habits.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that song's. Yeah, song's a really good song. Apart from him, Jhené Aiko definitely is a vibe. Her, a lot of the females have been doing their thing.
Yeah,
Ella Mai. They've been.
I think what's her name? Tiana Taylor. I think she.
Tiana Taylor. Yes. Oh my! How did I forget about Tiana Taylor? Yeah, her album was good too.
Yeah,
she's really talented. I like Tiana Taylor a lot.
I didn't even know she dropped anything till my sister told me not too long ago, and I had to listen to that real quick.
Yeah, she recently kind of like had a retirement.
Yeah, because she's like, and it's fair because I mean, like, if you feel like you're being cheated out of your craft for so long, then like,
you're gonna step out.
Yeah, like if you're not appreciated, you'll eventually leave or something.
Yeah, but I mean, I think for music, it's the same for me. I listen to a lot of old stuff.
Yeah, same.
Listen to a couple new things. But what about you, Avery?
There was like there's like 3 or 4 people I didn't know on your list, but the ones I did, cool. I felt like they were ranked correctly.
Okay.
I probably I wouldn't have. I was just thinking about Logic's album. I'm very disappointed in him, but that's just me personally. I am. Okay. Yeah, like honestly, I haven't been listening to anything new. I kind of come back a little mainstream. What I mean? Cool. The peel back a little bit. I've been listening to a lot of stuff from high school, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. That's cool, man. I've been in the house. I don't like to always listen to aggressive rap music.
Yeah,
I just listen to like
doing something.
Yeah, just listen to some R&B, dance a little bit, just vibe, But that's for music this year. I mean, honestly, the only thing that was missing this year was going to events. Because last year I saw Ja Rule, Nas, and DMX.
Oh man, I heard that one was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw these 3 people last year, and I wanted to go to more events, man, just to see more rappers and stuff. But yeah, to segue, let's get to the Bozo of the year. Now, we've had a couple Bozos this year. We've had.
Can I just ask you just to tone it down a bit?
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
It's not one of those. I'm just gonna go through a couple people that have been Bozos this year.
Okay, I was just like, don't be
just
too
a few.
hard.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be too harsh. I mean, we all know Tory kind of been the bozo. Kanye, just the typical. A lot of these mumble rappers that snitch on themselves.
That's still ridiculous.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like these, and a lot of the rappers that still feel like they need to be tough guys and they have money. He did, but the guy that gets Bozo of the Year this year is he does look like a clown in a sense. He got rainbow hair. Tekashi 6ix9ine, and it's not really close. I mean, people, you know what this guy does.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing much to say there. He's a snitch. He thought he could be a snitch and still be a rapper and talk tough.
Yeah. This is 10 bodyguards with him at all times.
10 bodyguards with him at all times. I mean, if this is the closest thing to CB4, if you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
wasn't he going to like quote unquote hood spots, but it was like late at night or early in the morning?
He will go to O Block.
Oh, he went
at 3 in the morning. Yeah, he will go there at 3 in the morning, do a tough guy video with security there. It's just.
He'd be like, "Where y'all at? Where y'all?"
Yeah, where y'all at? Oh, security, put me in the truck real quick before they see me.
And then when people found out where he lived at, he had to move. I was like, bro, you in witness protection or something?
Yeah, I mean, I thought really he was done for the year. He wouldn't talk anymore, but
this is classic. You guys are doing
apparently
for him.
Apparently, he wants to fight Tank Davis. I don't know. We just got to get this guy out of the culture. That's it. He just needs to, But yeah, he's Bozo of the Year. That's all I got to say about that. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, like, if he keeps working the way he is, he's either going to be like super stupidly famous some type of way or like irrelevant. I don't know. That's usually how it works.
all I will say is that, and this might actually, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that alone. So for the goals for 2021, as you guys know, this year has been one of the years of reflection and a year of learning and it's a year that changed our lives, regardless of what anyone thinks. It's changed your lives. So what are your goals for next year, if y'all have any?
For next year?
Yeah.
I guess for me, be more sociable. Because like for someone like me, like I feel like other than like talking with y'all, I don't really feel like the need to go out my way or like talk to people.
Yeah.
Like perfect example is like when we were back at like Frostburg and we would like call Avery like the mayor. Cause like he would just and not picking on you or anything, Abe, but like you just don't mind like talking to people. Like I personally feel like not like I'm like super like disturbed by it, but I feel no need to like open my mouth and talk to another human that I'm not like associated with like for either like school or like work or whatever, or just like need like general help like on the phone or something, like from like a help desk. I don't feel the need to talk to people at all. Like I'm legit. Like I'll have, if you see me in public, legit have headphones in and doing whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know, shopping or something.
I feel you. For me, my goals are like for 2021. My main goal is to like mental and physical health, just to get better in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Also to you, Chris, like, although like in the podcast, I come off as the talkative guy, I'm also kind of like an antisocial guy too. I don't really know you like that. So I'm kind of working on that, networking, but yeah, my physical and mental health, number one. And then also another goal is to get out of this debt I'm in right now. personal.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that because, like I said, I made a mistake with this car loan, and it's a whole can of worms that I gotta fix.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just want to get myself out of that and just physically and mentally be in better shape.
Yeah.
Those are my two goals.
Understandable. I personally haven't said anything recently. I just know I need to get better. So, yeah.
Just get better overall.
I mean, like that you really can't go wrong with that because, like, it's just like if you're constantly like looking for a way to improve yourself, then you're constantly trying to become a better person. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I would say this. It's our last episode of the year.
And as you can see, we've done 2 episodes in a row. If you haven't noticed, they'll see like 2 episodes where we're wearing like the same clothes. Just we're not being gross.
Yeah, we had Draw with us. You had to, do something.
You had to go to work.
So he couldn't be with us for this specific episode. But he's our guy. We got him for life. But this is our last episode for the year. This year has been a roller coaster, I would say. We was at my old crib.
Yep.
Just doing the normal stuff we did, and we transitioned from Discord to like really dark. I won't say dark, but very sad times with the episodes we were doing, and we're on Zoom now, face to face. So I think the journey we've been on has been a movie in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I appreciate the fans for hanging in with us because it's been a lot. But like I said, we love y'all, and I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
For our last episode. So
appreciate everybody just being with us. It means a lot. Hopefully we can keep it up next year and keep on growing.
Yeah, so
all honest.
1 second. Yeah, so I mean, we'll be on YouTube at 3:15 on a Monday. Last day of the year or something like that. Please subscribe, like, and comment, or like, comment, and subscribe, whichever order. It's you, the best.
As long as you do them, we don't mind, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
do them.
Yeah.
Please
do it. And if you don't want to see us on YouTube, you can catch us on audio, Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify. We're still working on being on SoundCloud and Pandora, right, Chris?
Right. Well, I don't know about Pandora, but basically, you can find us everywhere where you can find podcasts except Pandora and SoundCloud right now. So.
Yep.
But hopefully, knock on wood. On wood. But there we go. Hopefully, next episode will not only be on YouTube and regular podcasting platforms, but also, what's it called? We just said it. SoundCloud. Thank you.
Yeah, SoundCloud. Yeah. Our social media page for the podcast is Out of the Berg on IG, Out of the Berg Pod on Twitter. You can find me at Kofi Peter on IG and Twitter. Chris?
You can find me at Big Chris 57 on IG or Big Chris. Gosh, it's almost been a year and I'm still doing it, man. I'm still messing up on it. You can find me at Big Chris _57 on Twitter, and you can find me at Chris Kelly 57 on IG.
You can find me Avery at Avery Cooper, capital KOOPA.
Yep. Yeah. So stay black, stay woke. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.